This is more a conventional podcast because I wanted to get to know Warda, who's been painting relentlessly and making us happy to see her art. Personally, for me on Instagram, it has been a delight. We will get to know her story.
Okay. What is Dharoka? Dharoka is basically it's an extruded window that you can see in the Mughal buildings. Normally, it all started. I have done my research on Jharokas a lot. During the Mughal times, the first Jharoka was basically used as a podium, as a window.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Hamim. I am a Pakistani French woman and I usually do podcast on Pakistani diaspora around the world with special attention to Pakistanis in France. I love a lot. I have a load of podcast in French and some in Urdu and some in English. Although currently I am in Germany for a job, Orak podcast continues its adventure, and this time with a focus on our fellow group, age group fellows. This is more a conventional podcast because I wanted to get to know Warda, who's been painting relentlessly and making us happy to see her art. Personally, for me on Instagram, it has been a delight. We will get to know her story, her line of direction, and her future projects. So let's go. Assalamu alaikum, Warda. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for accepting this invitation. Since I have seen your account, I have been excited to meet you.
It
And
was a pleasure. Trust me.
and your art just make me each day fall more and more in awe with your energy and your art. So,
Oh, thank
from
you
what
so
I
much.
know about you, is that you're an artist committed to provide traditional art. And by this, I mean glimpse of Pakistani architecture, typical Pakistani architecture, art, rickshaws, all this that is linked to nostalgia a little bit brings us back there. But also, it's related to that, it's also French experience because you're painting French architecture as well, and
Yeah.
you're this to French Pakistani community. But let us know from you, who is Warda in short?
Varda, in short, is you can say it's a lady. It's a South Asian woman who traveled all the way across the oceans after getting married to settle a life in France.
Wow.
She's basically an architect. She studied architecture. So that's how it all started. I have to move all the way from Pakistan to France to settle a life. Like so many other women can relate it to that, South Asian women especially. They have to leave everything behind and start a new life, start a new journey. So that's Varda. And
That's
she's an
Warda.
explorer.
She's an explorer. Is it
Yeah,
your MBTI type as well?
you can say that.
This is amazing, and I think so many people will relate with this as well. Um,
Yeah.
and especially, we will have a focus on art today. So, where did your journey with art begin?
Actually, it begins when I was just a kid.
Okay.
Trust me. Yeah, it's very interesting. I was always fond of doing artworks since my school age. When I was in school, I was super excited to participate in every art and craft competitions, and the credit goes to my khala. She was the biggest inspiration for me. So that's how it all started. I remember once there was a competition in our school. I participated because I was desperate to participate in such things. I made handmade jewelry when I was, you can say, 10 or 12 years old. I made a jewelry back then with the Play Doh. Not the Play Doh, but the Chinese dough, I remember. So I put them on the stall. I put them, and there was one of my teacher. She appreciated it so much. I just added a prize for fun. It was just a competition, so I added a price tag on it. So my teacher came to me and she bought it from me. That was the starting point of doing such things. So I was so excited. That was the first milestone I ever covered in my life.
Yeah.
She bought it and she actually wore it and she came to the school and she showed it to me. Look, I'm wearing your earrings. So that
Oh,
was the basically starting point.
Wow. This is amazing because you get a reward of basically you are doing art for fun. I don't know, but you are doing it
Yeah.
because it gives you pleasure. And then
Yeah.
someone appreciates it so much and then also shows
Yeah.
you, gives you credit, and you're like, oh, can it
Yeah.
be
It was.
commercialized?
Yes, it could be. That was the first point that hit me so hard. Oh, I can
Mm,
do this. And after that, I started making Eid cards. I used to sell Eid cards. I used to make a lot of Eid cards. I've taken a lot of art classes when I was a kid during the summer vacations. I used to join summer camps for art because it's all because my mother knew my talent. My mother always knew that what is she passionate about. So she helped me to pursue what I wanted. She
mm.
polished me.
Yeah, she groomed you. This is so nice when you
Yeah.
have adults around you which are aware that
Yes.
yeah, and they can maybe direct you, they can appreciate and they can direct you and you can
Mm.
polish your talent this way.
Yeah.
And
The
this is,
blessing.
I'm so happy to see you because I know I have been also passionate by drawing. So I didn't have
Yeah.
much of activity in my school. There was just a drawing subject, and I was so passionate that I would do other people homework as well. And I get to do it twice, thrice in the
Yeah.
month. So you mentioned architecture. What type of education and training have you got? So maybe you can specify your education, and then you can say how did you do your trainings for art.
So it all started in Pakistan. The system is entirely different from here.
Mm,
So you have to give an entrance test after passing the college. There is a special entrance test to enter into the university. So you have
mhm,
to have in your mind what are you supposed to do in the future. You
mhm,
have to select the branches. Where would you like to do? I studied pre-engineering because I didn't want to become a doctor. I didn't want to go for biology. So I took mathematics. And after doing that, I was always inspired since my dadabu, my grandfather, he was a civil engineer.
no,
So he used to make drawings and, cardboard stuffs made out of cardboards, chairs,
models,
tables,
yeah.
modeling. He used to do that at home. So that was also a little bit of inspiration that I got from. So with the passage of time, I started learning what are the fields, what are the different fields. So one day it hit me hard. I want to be an architect. I want to do something that mama will also be happy that I'm doing some sort of engineering as well. It's not total fine arts, and you're
Mm,
also doing the designing. So I gave different entrance tests. So I got selected for architecture. I studied architecture from Punjab University, College of Arts and Design in Lahore. And after doing my graduation, I took a job. First, I started a private job for a few months, and I also applied at the government firm that is IDA, known as Infrastructure Development Authority of Punjab.
okay.
So I signed a contract for 2 years with them. I worked with the government body as well in a corporate sector. It was really, really a wonderful experience working there. Everyone was very helping, all of my colleagues, and it was a very different atmosphere because it was a corporate sector, and do not expect in a government sector it's going to be a very different environment you'll have to experience. So after doing that, I got married.
Mhm.
So I had to apply for a visa, and I was not sure. I was in awe. How come it's possible that my visa got accepted in a very less time? I was expecting that it's going
Oh,
to take years. So I put in the application, and after 2 months, I got acceptance, and I was like, wow, what
and
happened?
you were not ready to go.
Yeah, already, it was ready. So that's how after getting married and all the procedures I have to go through, my contract with the IDA for 2 years, it got finished. By that time, by I was doing a job, I was also doing my masters from University of Engineering and Technology side by side. I used to go to the office in the morning and classes at the night time. It was quite hectic. I've lived my entire life doing something.
Yeah.
I never stood silent. It was like
Yeah.
I cannot stay idle.
Yeah.
It's like I can do this.
Yeah.
So when I came here, when I came to the France, it was very, very depressing.
I can
Why?
understand.
Because
No network, no
initially
friends, no family.
I had different plans, but Allah has different plans. When I landed in France after 1 month, it was a COVID time. It was
Oh God.
lockdown. Lockdown happened.
Oh God.
France happened, and lockdown happened.
Not the best environment.
And I was like, the hell has happened?
Yeah.
I had other plans. We'll go on a vacation. After marriage, you have plans. We can do this and that. Nothing
And then you're
happened
stuck at
because
home.
because COVID happened. Oh, that was a nightmare for me. I felt like I am in an alien world because I planned there because I'll go to the school, I'll join the French school, I'll get the language done, and
Yeah.
after doing the language, I'll do the formation side by side. Nothing happened.
Yeah. Nothing
Nothing
goes according
happened.
to your plan.
Yes.
Hmm.
So during that time, I started exploring myself. What should I do now? I cannot go out. We cannot go out. We are stuck. I have no friends, no family, no social circle, nothing. Was the time that I critically, started knowing myself. I critically started exploring myself. What can I do? What are the,
What?
passions about me?
Yeah.
What's inside me? So somehow one day I asked my husband to take me to the stationery shop. I want to go there. I want to get my stuff. I bought a sketchbook and a pencil and I started, doing it. So that is the point where I started getting know myself
Mm.
when I started painting actually in France. It started in during the COVID times 2020. And during that time, I got to know that I'm expecting my first baby.
Oh.
Yes. So my life got upside down like this.
Oh. Yeah. You were on a ramp up for being an artist, and then you said, "Oh, maybe I have to put that aside for a bit."
Yes, that goes side by side. I never left painting. I never left my passion. Actually,
Okay.
painting was always my hobby. So I tried putting that hobby into my passion, converting that hobby into my passion. That's how my painting is now my passion.
Yeah. I can see you you're always doing trying things and then making new things, and I see your energy, but what I mean by energy, I see your rhythm. Can see when you
Yes.
said that, oh, I was doing masters and I was doing my job, and this is how much energy you have and you cannot stay idle. I can see that you cannot stay idle. I can see how quick you are, and this is so amazing to see. I
So,
discovered that you're an architect when we were talking about jharokas, which are in
yes.
one of your paintings. And I told you that I was also noticing this in Germany, actually. Could you just tell other people, because you have explained me, could you explain to the audience what a jharoka is? And I want to ask another
Yeah.
question afterwards.
Okay. What is Dharoka? Dharoka is basically it's an extruded window that you can see in the Mughal buildings. Normally, it all started. I have done my research on Jharokas a lot. During the Mughal times, the first Jharoka was basically used as a podium, as a window where the king used to say the summon
Mm.
to the normal people. That
Mm.
is the point where it
And
all
addressing
started.
a speech point for the
Yes,
commoners. Okay.
yes, for the common people. That is basically
The jharoka.
Jharok initially it was used for. And after that, firstly, it was the Mughal era. I break down it into different eras. First, the Mughal era, and after Mughal, it was Sikh era. You can find influences in Jharokas from Mughal to Sikh to British colonial times, after British colonial times to the modern times, and now you can see only bay windows everywhere because it's just
Yeah.
an extruded window. But the real talent and the real craftsmanship you can find is during the first three reigns. That is the Mughal and Sikh, and even at the British colonial times, you can also find a lot of craftsmanship in Jharokas.
Oh. I don't know all these things. I have we will do a series about that. We will go
Yeah,
through and we will explain.
why not? Why not?
Yeah. I love also this piece of architecture because it gives like an introverts a place to, be involved, but without being too much sensorily involved, and having much noise. And for artists, it's a great place to create because it can have, like, from the windows, you will get good sunlight, and also intimacy, but also a connection with the environment.
Yeah.
Um,
Basically in the, you know there are different uses of Jarokas. One is for the public and one is for the personal use.
yeah,
Normally Jarokas also serves as a purpose for the women, as a, this concept of parda. They
yeah,
used to watch what is happening in the street down there.
mm,
If you
yeah,
see the Jarokas in the walled city of Lahore, I know you've been there. You've seen a lot of Jarokas there. You can see how they have covered the Jarokas. They're all covered with the wooden doors and carvings, and there's only a little space where you can peek out what is happening outdoor. So normally women used to stand there and watch any cultural activity or anything happening in the street. That is also used as a purpose for.
yeah. I totally makes sense when you can just be there without being there, be protected, but also, enjoy everything.
Yes.
So it
Yeah.
totally makes sense. And we were talking about, and you talked about your master's thesis. Could you develop a little bit about that?
Master's thesis is under construction. I was unable to complete my master's. That is one thing. That was the one we were talking about. That was my discussion of my thesis of bachelor's, my
Thesis of
graduation.
bachelor, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that is about the artist residency.
Yeah.
I actually choose the topic of artist residency for my thesis. Basically, the concept was to develop a space for the artist, to provide a platform for the artist, because I felt like there was not enough knowledge, not enough space for the artist to sit down under one canopy, under one platform. So I decided to take it further as my thesis,
And
the concept of artist.
one of the traits you mentioned is that artists should have an emotional environment to create.
Yes. So the purpose was to provide a very biophilic atmosphere within the nature, because nature is the best artist. Nature helps you explore so many things, because it all starts with nature. Every pattern you design, somehow they're linked to the nature.
Exactly.
Everything you can see around, you can see the stars, you can see the movement, you can see everything in nature.
Exactly.
Everything
And
is.
nature makes your eye rest. And this is why we imitate nature
Yeah.
to delight our sight. Can you just explain what type of art you make? I have seen some watercolor painting, I have seen some jewelry, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you know better your portfolio.
Yeah. Actually, my main medium is watercolors. Painting is my constant. That is in watercolors.
Mm.
I feel so comfortable in watercolors. Normally, people go for acrylics and gouache, but I guess my medium is watercolors. I love watercolors. So, everything I make is like it involves watercolors in it. Even I've started making jewelry. So, I thought, let's do something with the medium I know, and evolve it that way.
Yeah.
So you can see even in my earrings, I make paintings from watercolors and then I fit it inside and fix it like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
This is an
things
amazing
vary.
idea because you can really do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but that comes to me. Why? Because I feel like there is a lack of interest in people for paintings here. one thing that people should really need to understand the importance of paintings of an artist, of things like this. They do come, they appreciate a lot, but I feel like I should make something that attracts people, the
Mm,
demand of the society, of the people around you. I
mm,
feel like people do not take interest in buying my paintings, but
mm,
they were interested in buying my jewelry. So
mm,
why not I come up with something that fascinates the customer,
mm.
merchandising also.
Yes. I also understand that because, and this is very unfortunate. I hope that our community here will evolve and also appreciate the art. I think maybe we are coming from a place where we have not given enough value to appreciate art. And having these paintings on our walls and giving us pleasure and making us travel to somewhere else and just, zone out and all these
Yeah.
colors and everything. This is also why we buy postcards. I have a lot of postcards because it makes me travel to all these places. And hope we will evolve and we will come to that place. And yeah,
For
for
the
the time being, it's intelligent to move to things that please your public.
Yeah, but with side by side, for this you need to have a platform. You have to keep on showing it to the people. Like, for the first time, I remember for the
Mm.
very first time when I took the initiative to for a stall at a Pakistani event. Be like, yes, I'm going to do this. I want to know about the public because I was like here alone in an alien world. I don't even know about people. I wanted to interact and socialize to know the mindset of the people, what type of people exist here.
Yeah.
So I come up with the paintings for the very first exhibition at a local restaurant. I remember before I eat. So I took my tote bags there. I took my paintings there. I was really at a loss because one or two people came to my store. They came, they
They saw,
appreciate.
they went.
Yeah, yeah, this happened. And I was so disappointed. I came back and all sad and emotional. What happened today? I was not expecting this. Maybe my hopes were very high. Because I really didn't know about the people
Yeah.
here. Well, my husband bucked me up. He was like, "No, you have to set a trend. You're a trendsetter. Just consider yourself. You are going to set a trend here for something." So that motivated me to just keep on going, right? That keep on going, just keep on doing it. One day, there will be a day when people will start knowing this, people will start appreciating this, and people, will consider this as this is a trend now.
Mm.
That
Yeah,
is why I never stopped.
really hope that this change happens. I think it's also linked with the community here. I don't think the community in UK or even in Pakistan is like this.
Yeah.
I think it is very special to the community here. But yeah, we will evolve.
Yeah,
We
we
are
are
part
evolving,
of this community. If we change, our community changes.
Yes.
Hmm.
I have felt a lot of difference in a span of 1 year because I started exposing my drawings and my artisanal products. It's been a year only.
But
Yes,
1 year already.
yeah. Within a year, I have seen a lot of difference because when I first exposed my work to the general public, it was at level zero.
Hmm.
But now, if I go around, people have started taking interest. They come to me, they want to know what is this painting about? Wow, this is good. What is this about? They want to know more. I have even mentioned one of about the Thara culture in one of the podcasts.
Yeah, I saw that.
Uh,
You gifted that painting to the channel,
yeah,
I think. Yeah.
yes, I gifted it to them because my paintings are all about there is a story behind every. I'm not drawing a line without purpose. So I wanted to, educate people about my culture, about my city, about what I feel about the nostalgia.
And
Even
what
with the
about
time,
maybe some reels that explain your paintings? I
there
don't
are
know.
some of them. I tried making them.
Yeah.
I have made it about Bachai Masjid, Kashi. I tried to convince public about the concept of Kashikari, where it exists, the frescoes in the Wazir Khan mosque.
Yeah.
I've tried explaining it, but in the long run, I'll try making more, explained and descriptive,
Educative content.
self-explanatory.
Yeah. And then people connect, and then it represents their story as well. Yeah.
Yes.
I see that you're continuously innovating as well. You have added earrings to your collection. You're also doing digital art. I saw, and I really jumped on when I saw that you were doing a sale and you were doing digital art. And shout out to your effort for doing Orac logo with the truck art. It is so beautiful. I am so proud. And
Yeah.
I've changed, I've put it
Oh,
in the main place. I love it. Um, what I wanted to know is that where do you go and explore the techniques to do it? Oh, I want to put this. I want to put this. Maybe try this technique. This technique. Like, do you go to forums? Do you go to YouTube tutorials? I don't know.
No, it's like because I have studied architecture,
Mm.
so
You
I
have
have to
a lot
deal
of
with a lot of
background.
softwares.
Oh yeah, as well.
I have worked on a lot of softwares. I have done Photoshop, I have done Illustrator, I've done SketchUp, Revit, and so many, different kind
Mediums.
of mediums. So you know the basic lesson how it works. So
Mm.
it's easy for you to explore a new software because you know the basics.
Yeah.
I know the Photoshop. Photoshop is a very basic design platform where if
Mm.
you know Photoshop, you can do anything because you know how it works.
Yeah.
So I just got to know first I started working on Krita. 2 years back, I started working on, but then I stopped because I had to take a break because of my second born child.
Mm.
So I gave myself a break. So after that, I was always on me. I always wanted to do the digital art, digitalize my paintings along with the recent work.
What about making
So
postcards? Are you exploring
yes,
postcards?
yes, I'm on it. I'm working on it. I've already made a list. They just have to get it. I just have to get it printed.
Yeah. Oh my
The
God. I am
yes,
loving to see that collection
but
coming.
I just wanted to know. I guess I made a survey also. I normally work like making surveys on my Instagram page because I wanted to know the how the choice of people, how will they react to the things they want this or that, what do they want? The
Mm,
majority I wanted to
mhm,
know.
mm.
So yeah, postcards are coming for soon.
Yeah. You have already showcased, I think, on several festival. I saw you in Pakistani festival. I saw
Yeah.
you and went to Inalco as well, Inaculture.
Yes.
What is the you said the response for the moment is not when you first went was not great. Now it's getting more response with the jewelry.
Yes, back then I did not presented this thing jewelry. I just started it this year. By
Okay.
the end of last year, I started making because one day I was sleeping and the idea came to me. Why can't I do this? I do that. My mind is all constantly whirling with the ideas. Like
Mm.
so I just keep on trying. Maybe this will work. This will work. This won't work. I felt like I also innovated hand painted keychains and bookmarks, but I felt like they didn't work out because people have stopped reading books the way we used to read back then. Now we have digital books. It worked well, but it was not a success. But then
For the
after
moment, when people will know,
yeah,
when people will know the value, they will come.
yeah, let's hope so. I just jumped to another idea, and that is about jewelry. So maybe
Yeah.
people will,
We have 10 minutes to go. Can you rapidly mention some artists you take inspiration from?
yes, for the digital art, I got inspired from Fatima Beg. She is a Pakistani illustrator. I love her work. Even in the beginning, I have copied her work on one of my tote bags, I remember, because I'm so much inspired from her. You can see a lot of South Asian women in my illustrations, so I got this inspiration from her.
Mm.
And for the sketches and the perspectives, I got inspiration from Stephen Arts. I found him, I explored him online on Instagram, and I really. And for the watercolors, I got inspired from Big Art. He's also on Instagram. So yeah, he's a very good artist.
We will mention these persons so we can go and explore as well,
Yeah,
along
I'll
with
put
their
the
art. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, and I also know that you're a mom. How do you balance it? Is it like it was more like a passion in the beginning and now it's coming to an entrepreneurship and as well? So how do you see it?
Being a mom, it's a very challenging situation. Sometimes, really, I'm in a very challenging situation. I do not have time to paint. I set my priorities. I know what is my priority at the moment, my kids. So, first, I just finish the task. I usually work at nights when they're asleep. Yes, I do not work in the prisons. Sometimes I do because sometimes it's just irritating me. I have to finish this painting. Can I ask my husband,
Mm,
can you please take care of him? I have to finish this.
mm,
But most of the times, I used to look after my kids. And when my son is at school, I work then. I work 2 to 3 days a week. And then I pre schedule my Instagram. That's how it works. With this, I got plenty of time to spend with my family. So it's
This
not
is
a
nice.
24-hour job.
Yeah, you're being efficient
Yeah,
in your working. This
it's
is
flexible.
nice. Um, is there like what are your future perspective? How would you like to grow in future?
In the future, oh, recently, there are two things. One thing that is you plan, and the other thing is that Allah has planned for you,
Exactly.
because I've started probably believing in this thing. There are two things. Oh, nothing happens. You never know what is going to happen next. So for this, you have to be efficient. You have to think ahead of time because time is running very fast. For the future, I am planning to, introduce my own brand by the name of Warda Gul, which represents arts, artisanal products. Yeah,
Oh,
inshallah. So that is
we're
my
looking
future
forward.
plan.
Yeah, looking forward to see it. Anything I forgot to ask, or anything you would like to add?
I guess we have already discussed a
A
lot
lot.
in a very short time. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
explained myself.
Yeah, I'm really glad to see you here in French Pakistani community. I also love your art, maybe drawing, painting. Like this is amazing, and also because I love art, I have made like products of like explored a lot of things, and this is also
Yeah,
I know
I
that
love
it
your
takes
art.
time.
I
I
know what
know.
you do. Yeah, what you do requires a lot of patience, as we have already discussed. I cannot do anything with a lot of patience. Like, if I've started a painting, I have to finish it at any cost. There are
Yeah,
some people who can work in,
in shifts. Yeah.
in shifts, but I'm
Mm.
not that kind of a person. If I've started a project, I have to finish it.
No,
Otherwise,
when I have started an embroidery, one part of my body would like to come and finish it. So
yeah,
even if okay, because I don't get time so much, so I will
yeah,
have to split it because otherwise I
yeah,
can stay out
yeah,
of night, and do it. Let's do it. But
yeah.
this is amazing. And I really like what you're doing, and celebrating you is an opportunity, and it's like I really hope it goes it ramps up as you're seeing it, and that you open a store, a physical store maybe.
One day
Yeah, and
we
that we
can
can
hope.
go and it's available for shop, not only for Pakistani community, but people
Yeah,
around the world, because Paris, the cosmopolitan city, and it
yeah,
will be a great opportunity to showcase it. Thank you for the talk today. And the discussion
yeah,
continues. The discussion
yeah,
continues here, elsewhere,
yeah.
wherever your art goes, just discussion continues. Thank
Thank you so much. It was pleasure talking to you and having one-to-one conversation with an artist and who shared the same thoughts
you. Yeah, this
and the
was
same interests.
amazing. Thank you.